Good afternoon, this is Julian from Kanen Coffee, and today we have a pretty interesting repair for you. This is the Breville Barista Touch. This is the Barista Express Touch version. Smaller, compact, and you do have an automatic milking or milk frother. The issue this one had when it was brought in, every time you turned it on, before anything happened, before anything would turn on, we had an error code. I think it was error code 5. Yes, 5. Error code 5, which can stem from a few things, but mainly it's because it is automatic milk pitcher sensor here. Now I have all the parts for you, the old ones. We had to source our part from the UK because you cannot buy these parts. Breville do not sell these parts at all. And so there's a button here, or there's a temperature probe here, scans for temp, and then you have the board that goes into the back, or into the bottom, and then this other plug will connect to the board. Behind a bunch of layers, a bunch of stuff, as you can see, here's the old one. We did replace the entirety of it. So this whole panel right here, plus the button, plus the temperature probe, plus all the stuff under it is brand new. So you do have a fully brand new one. After we replaced that, as you can see, if we turn it on, everything started working well. No more error code. We can actually brew now, which is great. We're not going to be able to brew. Oh, actually, I should mention this. You're going to probably need a new water filter. Your machine is just asking for it. I'm going to hit remind just so when you do bring your machine back, you can either get reminded to buy a new filter, put it in your water tank. But yeah, so we finally get to the screen. We can actually brew stuff and we can make drinks. We're not going to be able to make a drink here because, again, the portafilter wasn't brought in. It's very important that you bring portafilters in the shop so that we can actually clean them and stuff like that when we do a tune-up or anything along those lines. And so we're just going to test the machine. We did a tune-up on this machine. Pretty much what that is we took off the front, everything on it, even the gasket. Here's your older gasket right here. Wasn't the worst, but again, it was in here already, and there was actually quite a bit of coffee built up on the rim where your portafilter slides through. So I went in there by hand, cleaned it with a rag because you cannot use metal tools on these machines, at least a group head, because it is made out of completely plastic. And so I had to be careful and use a rag instead of, nicer metal brushes and stuff like that. After we did that, new gasket in there, I put a spacer in there just so your portafilter can feel nice and snug. Clean behind the shower screen. I did back flushing on this machine. I was able to make a portafilter that could fit, but again, it's completely clogged. I could show you it. This is our portafilter that fit, but as you can see, has a nice bolt at the end, so actually nothing goes through it. Back flush this machine multiple times. Did descaling. I did it twice just to make sure. I'm not really a fan how Breville kind of how their descaling goes. It feels like it's not very efficient, so I do it twice. Once fully, both times with the descaler, and then the second time with clean water. After that, I think that's pretty much all we did. And then we cleaned the steam wand. Now, the reason this, in just a little theory crafting, the reason I think this went out, when I was under there was a lot of burnt milk for a part that shouldn't have burnt milk. All on the bottom here and behind here. Even in a drip tray, there was a lot of burnt milk. And of course, it says to keep dry. And this is the auto milk sensor. Probably you spilt milk, or the milk got too hot, went overboard, spilled into the sensor and broke the sensor. So please be a little more careful with at least the sensor side. You don't want to get that part wet, and there was just a lot of burnt milk at the bottom, which I was quite curious about, under the feet, inside of the machine. And so I cleaned most of it out. I tried scrubbing it. But yeah, so we're going to test a few functions. We're just going to grab a cup just so we can catch the water. We're going to put this under. We're going to start brewing. And we're probably going to cut it prematurely just so we can continue with testing, because there's not really much to see. It's just water. But first 8 seconds, it's actually pre-infusion. And then the pump ramps up. As you can see, working well. Cut that off, and we're going to hit the hot water function. And so that should be a steady stream coming out of the Breville unit, as you can see. Great. And now we're just going to hit the milk button, and it's going to froth. And yeah, everything's working well. And that's about it for this repair. If you like this video or any of our other videos on our channel, leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Thanks for watching.